to further narrow down. I further narrowed down, right? I used agriculture. Now climate change and institution, maybe institution role or anything, and it's related to agriculture. Now, see, I used agriculture. Now I am using one more word here. See, I add the agriculture is synonym, one form add panna. Now, if I added that word, now the number of papers has increased to 2016. So this is the way you have to use the search strings in different databases to extract the papers. Okay, very clear?
Yes, sir.
So once you did that, then we have to use lot of filters, that is inclusion, exclusion criteria. That I am going to explain now. Come here. Please note down the date on which you are going to export. Right? That's more important. Here you can restrict. For example, I can say 2020 to till date. I can use, right? Then there are a lot of subject area. If you click show all, it will give a lot of subject area. Right? Sometimes certain things are not necessary, I can delete also. Right? For example, I may restrict to social sciences, agriculture, economics, energy, business, multidisciplinary report, psychology, decision sciences. Right. I say leave it to. So then the search will be limited to only this subject areas. So you have to take a screenshot. Yes, finally, when you are writing, you have to specify. Right? This is the inclusion criteria they have used. Limit to. Now you see, it's reduced. Correct? Now I am going here. Only I am selecting articles, not book chapter review. Again, only English. You can, there are some keywords here also. So you can use that also for your search. Okay. Right now I am not using that. Source type, I am using only the journals. I have excluded book series, conference proceedings, trade journals. Then publication stage, I am using only the final. Okay. Then open access, I say only all open access. Then finally, I have to say limit to now 660. From 2000 something, it comes to 660. Even the 660, very difficult. You cannot read all the 660. So you have to refine your search so that it should be manageable. Okay. You have to find out because relevant items only we have to include. Right? So now how to export this? So when you select all, go here export, you select BibTeX, correct? BibTeX, right? Then select all, we need all this information. Okay, then if you say export, very slow, that's why it's taking time. Otherwise, within a fraction of a second, I have connected the laptop with my mobile. Okay. Now the file is exported. All the information, right, related to the particular article have been exported from the database, right? Now I have to use the RStudio for bibliometric analysis. I have already shared that link, everything to you. So just now I am opening RStudio. So when you are using these commands I have given to you. To all. When you are using first time, you have to place your cursor at the end of the command and you have to run. I have already this, so you have to place here and you have to run. Okay. Then you have to place your cursor at the end of the second command and you have to run again. Like that you have to run, right? Up to here, up to 4 you have to run. Up to 5 you have to run here. All those things you have to run independently when you are using for the first time. Then afterwards it will be automatically loaded in your R Studio. Whenever you open, the commands will be there, you can run. The commands also I have given in the WAD file, just you can copy and paste it, that's all. Now you listen to this. Okay. So BiblioShiny, right? When I place my cursor at the end of the BiblioShiny and I run, it will take to the BiblioShiny website. Yes, it's open now. Now I am using this R Studio. With the help of this BiblioShiny, I am going to analyze the exported data that gives the bibliographic analysis reports, right? I am going here data, load data. I am coming here, please, data, load data, coming here, import raw file, Scopus, because I used the Scopus, then I have to browse. I am selecting this file, recently downloaded, open, I have uploaded the file, then start. Sometimes if there is any error in the export, it will not work. Sometimes due to network issues or something in the file, it will not work. Here you see, it's special, excellent. These two, it's completely missing. Don't worry, because most of the items are there. Okay, just you can close. Okay, now the file that I exported from Scopus is uploaded in BiblioShiny. Now I have to start analyzing, that's all. Very easy, right? Okay. So here, first I go here, overview. It gives the overview of the uploaded, exported files, right? For example, see, the papers 2005 to 2025. Then the sources, there are 279 sources have been there. 653 documents are there. The annual growth rate is 8.38. It is good. Every year it is in the, it's not in the minus, right? It is in the plus. Okay. So 2,561 authors are contributed. There are 78 single authors, 48.7% international co-authors. On an average, the co-authors per document is 4.26. There are 1,981 keywords are there. The document on an average is 5.04. Average citations per document is 28.2. So this is the overall main information that you get. Okay. The next one is annual scientific production. See here, when you see, even though more number of papers, you see, from 2021, 22, it's in the declining trend. The trend is in the, when I say overall, it says 8%. But when I say the annual scientific production, in the recent years, much research has not been conducted on this particular topic. It shows that already in this domain, they have attained some maturity. Then they are moving to some other domain. So if we do our research, then sometimes it may be difficult to publish in good quality journals. Even that can be avoided. Suppose if you use some novel idea or your objective is something different, or if you use any different theoretical framework or analytical framework, any different statistical analysis, still you can do, right? Then average citations per year, it's also coming down. It shows number of people they are citing in the recent years is coming down. It also shows that there is not much research happening on this particular domain recently. They are not publishing more. That's why the citations are also less.
So should we take this as this particular topic has attained maturity, or is there any gaps that are still existing that we need to address?
Even it attained maturity, that's what I told. You can find some gaps in that and you can go for some novel ways.
Okay.
Adoption, we are studying right from long back. So nowadays in adoption, if you use regression analysis, no one will be ready to publish your paper. Even if you use structural integration modeling nowadays, people feel that it is slightly outdated. Okay, so what I can do now, I can go for simulation modeling. Either you can go for agent-based modeling, or you can use Simulink, and you use MATLAB, and you can use some other simulation modeling you have to go for. Right? Then there may be a scope. Or you can go for qualitative study, you use mental modeler, or ISMP software. There are so many things are there. You use the latest software and you can do their prediction analysis also. You can create scenarios and you can predict also. So the same topic, even though it's under declining, I can make it as a novel one. Right? Then this is the threefold plots. This is quite interesting. It is very good also. I have selected here author's threefold plot. It gives three types of information and there are links between these three variables. The one is author, the another one is the country to which they belong, another one is the keywords they have used. Okay. See here you can very easily say AU means author. This is the author. If I click here, you see, this author, I have to keep on my cursor there. He belongs to Kenya and he did his research, the keywords adaptation in agriculture and some other things. Then here another author, he belongs to UK and he collaborated with Ghana also. And his research is on climate change. Like that we can identify. But every time you have to place your cursor there and you have to take a note. And you can export this file also. You can save and you can use this diagram in your paper. And so these are all the overview, some basic information, right? You got it. Then sources. What are the most relevant sources? This is the important one. Which journals are publishing more on this particular domain? That I want to know, right? For example, Sustainability Journal, they publish more from Switzerland and followed by Frontiers in Sustainable Food Systems. These are all the two leading journals, right? They are giving more importance to this particular climate change aspects and the institutional role. Okay, so now we know. So where I have to submit my data. Right? Then you can go to the particular journal website and you can find its impact factor, its average production time, right? How much time they take, right, to publish a paper, right? What is the average acceptance rate of the papers that is submitted to the particular journal? Sometimes some journals, the average acceptance rate is very low, 10% or 17%. Sometimes the average time taken is 6 months or 1 year. So you have to, now the student and the guide has to take a decision, right? So these are all not much. I am showing here production over a period of time. I will select only the important So over the period of time, how the production has increased. Okay, this is respect to various journals. For example, in sustainability journals, right? How the production increased. In 2019, it started at peak, and 2023 it reached a peak. After that, it stagnates. See, most of them after 2023 stagnate. Only here only, you can see an upward trend. So from this also we can infer certain things. After 2023, they are not giving much importance to this type of domain, this type of domain. Most relevant authors. So he is the most relevant author. He published 6 papers. Okay. Then author's production over time. Over time, overall authors they have produced more. Right? Some authors they worked, they produced more, but they worked in the beginning. Now they have switched over to another field. Some authors are recently they are working. See, for example, he is recently working on this 2024. Whereas these authors they worked in 2020 and 2021. That's all. After that they didn't work. Right? So we can find who are all the authors they are working recently on this concept. So this again paper published by most relevant affiliations. This is more important. Which university? Suppose you were a PG student, after completing his master's, he wants to go, right? He can identify a research guide based on that in a particular university also, right? International Mason Beach Improvement Center. Sometimes that may be research organization. Sometimes it may be university also. Here it is University of Leeds, right? And Wageningen University. They are doing more research, right, on this particular topic.
Sir, if we need this graph, is it possible to download these graphs from?
You can save.
Okay.
All things you can save in your laptop.
Okay.
Okay. The corresponding other countries also it is there. If you want, you can, but these are all not much relevant. So this is a collaborative paper, that individual paper, single country production. This is single country production. This is collaborative paper. Okay.
And where do we stand? On the 3rd place.
Most cited countries. So USA, much more. Here comes documents. Most global cited document. So this receives 871. Sometimes Madam said it may be in the beginning also that you have to check. Right? That author would have been published at the early stage. So it might have received more citations also. That you can check when it was published. Most frequent words. Climate change. That is the most frequently used keyword. Followed by, they have done on agriculture, adaptive management. More studies have been conducted on adaptivity, how we can adapt to the climate change. Then, most of the studies have been conducted with smallholders, food security, water management. So these are, we can identify the subject area. Background also you can generate. Sometimes this may be attractive to place it in our paper rather than the table, right? Climate change. This is a tree map. So this is most important. This tree map we are using in we are generating NVO also. This shows right. See climate change, more research, followed by agriculture, adapting management, small order. The importance comes down when you go there. So we use normally when I go for mental modeler, right? Fuzzy cognitive mapping. Before how to identify the themes. So because in mental modeler we have to give weightage for each and every factor. Then you have to run. So how to identify the weightage? One way I can go with the experts. The another way I can use NYO and what are the factors? There are some different factors contributing for adoption. So I have to find out which factor gives more weightage. So I can what weightage that will be based on the respondents, the responses we are getting. For example, if you are studying 50 farmers, how many farmers they stress the particular factor as the important factor. So it will be deleted in this. So it will be depicted here. So based on that, I can fix the weightage also. So what are the themes that emerge? Right? From that, I can take the themes, take the variables, or take the concepts.
You said whatever you are doing with N by O. You said that something you are doing with N by O with this.
No, the same thing we can generate in NVO also. The same output will come. I am using. We are going to study in the afternoon. I am giving a slide to improve. Okay. So this gives the climate change is the most important topic that have been covered. Most in agriculture, adaptive management is mostly concerned. So what are the trending topics that you can identify over the period? The trending topics are, right? Nowadays this carbon sequestration. Nowadays everyone is looking for the carbon sequestration.
Sir, I step here like how to download from this purpose.
So you are not able to do that. Don't worry. Nirosha is here for you another 1 week. She is very expert than me now. I can say she can teach you very clearly. Nirosha, what the help? So carbon sequestration. So that receives more. Suppose if your student is asking in which area I have to do. You want to do in climate change, the adaptive capacity already researched. So you can go for the carbon sequestration. Right? So this is on a particular keyword. Who are all the somehow it is linked? This climate change, when we say they are studying the perception, they are studying the drought, they are studying the risk assessment. Studies have been conducted in China. They studied adaptation. They studied crop production. So particular climate change, this is more, and how these keywords are linked. Certain keywords are alone, certain keywords are linked, right? So this is again, this is the niche themes, emerging themes. This is motor themes. This is the basic themes, right? So climate change, adaptive, small order. We also like that we can say
Sir, one
they are not giving. So it is very congested when I use here. So you can. Yeah. So you can find out the emerging topics or the niche topics, right? So you can focus on your studies. This is thematic evolution. How the themes evolve over a period of time. In 2005 to 21, what are the themes that they have concentrated? Now from 2020 to 25, what are the things? The governance aspect, climate change impact, they are giving more importance now. Sustainability, and these are all the topics. Institutional support again, right? Institutional role, right? These are all the emerging topics nowadays. So it helps us to frame our study. When you do a SLR and also the bibliography analysis, it helps you to frame your study. Okay, so mostly, so many things we can generate like this. Don't use all those things in your paper. So one of the comments that I have received today morning is, the paper is too lengthy. That's also reason for the rejection. He wrote around 30 pages, I think so. He don't listen. No,
Sir, and I also have a doubt, like the graph that is shown here. So we can use this graph in the research article. That can be possible. Even ChatGPT is also generating some such kind of graphs and images. But is it acceptable by the journals
acceptable from your
or not?
university? In our university, VIT, they block ChatGPT.
Okay.
They are not allowing us. They block. I cannot use my laptop with the existing network. But whenever I want to use ChatGPT, I use my mobile, or I will connect my laptop with my mobile.
No, I'm asking whether the journals will accept it or not.
Research also. The research ethics committee may be there in your university, that you have to discuss with them. Whether I can generate some output using ChatGPT and I can use it there or not. Nowadays they are selling, the researchers can
But
use
but basically the journals are accepting it.
Yes, yes, you have to mention it.
See, ChatGPT is a machine learning technique. Various database they are extracting. They develop the algorithm based on that. If the algorithm is good, they extract good papers and give good results. It's all man-made only. So it's all based on the algorithm that they are going to use. Almost everything is qualitative here. Even in the qualitative NYO or Atlas T, whatever it may be, Max QDA, everything is a qualitative data analysis. The basic algorithm is quantitative. Cluster analysis. Here also we are doing the cluster analysis. The dendrogram is there. See, again, this is a cluster analysis. Now, when we get in SPSS, we give the same result. The same algorithm they are using for the text data. That's all, right? So, these are all the things with RStudio. I have explained the TCCM framework and also the bibliometric analysis. Shall I touch slightly with
How to combine different databases. Kindly tell how to combine different databases.
So this is one paper published recently by myself and one PG student, UG student, and my PhD scholars. See here, we use the Prisma flow chart, and see here we give the bibliometric analysis first. Bibliometric analysis and how is production over the years. Then author's contribution. We have not used all citations of the country study. Then authors and citation network. Then we came to TCCM, the TCCM framework. Backlogs we have used. This is the this is also the tree map I have used here, and this is a conceptual framework that we developed. Research approaches. These are all we generated manually from the Excel sheet. Finally, suggestions. So you can combine the bibliometric wherever it is appropriate. Just in the characteristics, in the context, you can use the.
You have got a Scopus database, you have got a Web of Science database.
No, that can be combined. See, in RStudio, I'll explain. In RStudio, so there are these are all the comments for that. I have Web of Science data, and I have Scopus data, and I have this. I have used another command to merge, then library, right here. So
Can you say
I have to close and I have to come.
Nirosha, RStudio paid software. Free nice. Nirosha, ஃப்ரீ டைமில் எனக்கு இந்த ஆர் சாஃப்ட்வேரோட கமெண்ட்ஸ் யூசேஜ் மட்டும் கொஞ்சம் சொல்லுங்கள். எனக்கு சொல்லுங்கள். நான் ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்காக சொன்னது இன்ஸ்டியூஷனல் ரோல் என்னோட ஒர்க் தான். ஸோ அதுக்கு வந்து ஒரு இது பேப்பர் ஒன்று ரெடி பண்ணோம். அது கொஞ்சம் எனக்கு நீங்கள்
See
சொல்லுங்கள்.
here, I have to go here. I have run all those comments. All those comments I have given to you, right?
முடிஞ்சா இந்த பேப்பர் நம்மளே
Then you have
இங்கே
to go here.
ப்ரெசென்ட் பண்ணி சப்மிட் பண்ணிடலாம். இங்கே இருக்கும்பொழுதே பண்ணி
Set
விட்டுருவோம்.
working directory. Choose directory.
Then I can do.
So Scopus data it comes here. Then Web of Science data, it comes here. Now I am merging these two database, run here. Now the merged data also it comes here. Now it is saving in the library. I am asking it to write in the right. So now if I go here, I can find the merged data file. The merged data file is here. So now I use the RStudio. When I use the merged data file, when you go to RStudio in the bibliosity, so since I closed here, I have to open again.
Sign up, sir, it's okay. I have to take for Excel.
Yeah. I have to choose here load bibliometrics file. Now the file is uploaded. The combined database file is uploaded. I have given that comments also. You can use it, and every time you have to run that file. You have to, when you are selecting the file, you have to select the folder, not the file. The folder only will be displayed. When you select the folder, automatically the file will be, the web science and the Scopus file will be extracted. Then you run the following commands. It will merge and it will create a separate Excel file. That Excel file you can use in the biblioshell.